Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I thought I'd give a 1,000-mile update on the Jaguar XKR. I've now had the car for about 4 weeks. I've done 1,000 miles in it, which I'm quite proud of, and I enjoyed every single one of them, I can tell you that much. So it's just come back from Jaguar Chiltern because, as I posted earlier, I found a boot leak and some water ingress into my rear light as well. And even though it was booked in for the window issue, they were kind enough to sort this out. There was a leak at the top of that windscreen, and also there was a bolt missing in the rear bumper, through that hole, water was trickling into the boot. So everything's been sealed up now. I'm not expecting any more water to come in, but my light still has a leak in it. The rear light, that's not sealed, so that will get crappy. But on the positive side, the window is now sorted. As you can see, Mark at Chiltern Jaguar just replaced the bracket for this window, and you can now see it's properly straight and flush air. They meet really well, these two windows now. Not that you could notice it previously, but at the end of this video I'll post a before and after of this window, so you can see how it was slightly off and whistled at high speeds. I also changed the wipers, got original Jaguar wipers. Apparently they're better than Bosch, £30 each, £60. And I must say they are a lot quieter than the previous wipers, and obviously they're new. So I needed them. I got those. And so now the car owes me £11,500. I've also need to replace that rear light. As you can see, it's just disgusting. It's got water in it. I can't be dealing with that. This could make me feel horrible. So it's these crappy lights. This sealant, it just perishes over time, and then water goes in. You just have to replace the light, or take apart the lens and try and reseal it. But I think I'll just replace the light. So that's next. And also it's booked in at Delicious Car Detail for paint correction, because I think this car really needs paint correction. You can't tell in the cameras, but it's booked in for that. So the golden question now, well, the $1 million question, or certainly the £20,000 question, is what's the MPG over 1,000 miles? And as you can see, it's 18.5 MPG. I've averaged over 1,000 miles. My average speed, 28 miles. And as you can see, my MPG, 18.5. And I've done 1,095 odd miles. So that's what I've done in 4 weeks. Enjoyed every single one of them. The car now owes me 11,500. And it's booked in at Delicious Car Detail in Amersham for a 3-stage paint correction and ceramic coating. I've been quoted £600 for that. That will take it up to 12,100. And I still need £600 worth of tyres. So yeah, I'm talking about nearly £13,000 for a properly sorted Jag, which actually I don't mind. And I'll keep maintaining it, not a problem. Apart from that, I'm getting the rear bumper painted before it goes in for paint correction, so the new paint can be corrected at a cost of £250. So yeah, I'm going to be in for about 13k. Here's a before and after picture of the gap that used to exist between the rear quarter panel window and the front driver's window. And it was because of that issue. Mark obviously now has fixed it at Jaguar Chiltern. And you can see it's a lot more flush, and that's the way it should be. Overall though, after doing 1,000 miles in 4 weeks in this car, I'll say that I absolutely still love driving this car. It's so comfortable, so exact, so sporting, yet so luxurious. I know you've heard it all before, but I really cannot emphasize enough how the tales are true about how it's comfortable, how it sounds great, how it's flimsily put together, how it's a great chassis, all of those things, how it just looks great and you always keep looking at it from different angles. But the car has, really drawn a lot of investment out of me. I've got a lot of love for this car, and I'm going to show it with some funds. I bought it for £9,000. I've already spent £3,000 on the car, on various things like a spare key. I didn't check for a spare tire, so I had to purchase one of those. And also all of the things I've mentioned, like a £2,000 service visit where I had the gearbox and the full service done. I still have to spend another £2,300 on it, and that is going to include front and rear bumpers respray, then all of the car paint corrected, then finally brand new set of tires all round, and also the rear light being replaced, and also a subsequent service in which I'll be changing the spark plugs and the pollen filter, which I didn't change in the previous service. So all of those things will take me up to the grand total of £14,300. But for that, I'll have a car that drives great, looks great, stops, starts, grips well, and and I think it will be ready for the next custodian to take over. And I intend to do about 20 to 30,000 miles in it before I move it on to another lucky owner.